client call, these lawyers thought they were so
3
cute.
minutes.
They filed for a temporary restraining
Okay.
order in San Antonio, and I get a call at 11:30. Can you be here at 1:30?
Noting the quorum, I'll call this meeting to order for our regular meeting. Everyone please stand. Our pledge, invocation followed by Councilman Barron's. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, we gather here at this table and with the audience with us today at the City Council meeting. We ask you to come and join us at this table to have us in your hearts, our prayers, and the words in our mouth come out to honor and serve the city of Weimar itself. We ask you to pray for our councilman Ronald as he needs the prayer of healing. As we all know that he is not doing too well health-wise. And all this we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Good.
There's my chair back.
I know your chair ran away.
It was going out the building.
Speaking of the level enough.
Yeah, it does need to be level.
Let the
This
strain,
corner.
let the strain pass.
Well, I was like, maybe it was a short one, but it's not.
That was really short. I'd like to welcome everyone to our regular meeting for Thursday, June 11th. Thank you for being present here in the chamber, and any of those who might be listening at home, we appreciate your participation. With that, we'll move to item number 3, citizen presentations. In accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, the City Council may not discuss or take action on items that are not listed on the posted agenda. Comments from the public regarding items not listed on the agenda will be received by the City Council. However, no formal action or deliberation will occur. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. So with that, we do have some people, I think, someone here to speak for Trendview
Yep. He's going to talk on
on the actual
Item.
agenda item. Okay, good. Senior Connections. Are you gonna also speak on the agenda item?
Yes.
Okay. And then,
Duty is to.
and the fire department will also speak on the agenda item. Okay, very good. So that takes care of all of those. Very good. All right, so we'll move on to proclamations. 4.1, proclaiming June 25th through July the 1st, 2026 as Boys and Girls Club Week. And I will read that proclamation. Whereas the young people of Weimar, Texas are tomorrow's leaders, and whereas many such young people need professional youth services to help them reach their full potential, and whereas Boys and Girls Clubs of Champion Valley and Columbus, Schulenburg, and Weimar has provided services to more than 1,500 young people annually, and whereas Boys and Girls Clubs are places where great futures start, they are at the forefront of efforts in homework assistance, tutoring, education, delinquency prevention, character development, leadership development, and becoming positive and productive citizens. And whereas Boys and Girl Clubs organizations in our state help ensure that young people keep off the streets, offering them a safe and supportive place to go and provide them with quality education programs. And whereas Boys and Girls Clubs of Champion Valley will celebrate National Boys and Girls Club Week during 2026, along with some 4,000 clubs and more than 4 million young people nationwide. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Carlton Tucker, Mayor of the Weimar, Texas, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim June 25th through July the 1st, 2026 as Boys and Girls Club Week. Do we have someone here on behalf of the Boys and Girls Club? Well, we'll make sure that they get that next week, so we thank them for everything that they do. All right. Introduction of new employees. Do we have anyone to introduce this week?
no new employees this week.
Okay, so we'll move on to item 6, city manager and staff reports.
Mayor, council, I'll do my report first, is on page 6. Last month, we had Greg Trillership came and presented the financial audit to the council. I spoke with John and Debbie at the tavern. I let them know that their electric permit was approved, and they had began work on that electric service over there. And we had several sewer leaks around town. The guys took care of those. The crews have been working on patching the streets. Although we talked some in the budget workshop, we have been patching them, and we have several more to take care of. Trendview construction is complete. All issues have been resolved. We'll talk about Trendview here in a little bit. Unfortunately, we were not awarded the $350,000 walking trails grant from Texas Parks and Wildlife. But the grant writers still have our information, and we will apply for the next go-around on that. We do continue working on grants. We're very close to completing our input for the $750,000 matching grant from Texas Parks and Wildlife for the sports complex. Mold was found in the utility department office down at the warehouse. Serpro came. They also called a mold remediation company. I should get the results back first thing tomorrow morning. Then we'll be beginning the cleanup process there in the warehouse office to get that taken care of. I believe the root cause of it was the air conditioner was been run too cold. Moisture was building up inside the office and caused the mold. So we'll remediate that and get that office taken care of. We have had a few power outages, different things, squirrels. The main one was caused by lightning back here on Ratliff Street. The electric crew did a great job restoring power, so I wanted to recognize them. That was the end of last week, but I didn't mention too much about the water sewer department, but Tuesday I spent about an hour with them when they were down the other end of Ratliff Street, about this high down in a hole. It was hot as can be out there, and so I just want to say thank you to all the departments, but water sewer department, you did a great job on that job over there. It's a dirty job and it's a hot job, and they all pitched in, they rotated, take turns, cooling off, and got the job done. So thanks to those guys over there. That's it for my report. Clay, you have a report for us? Sure. We have a handout, correct?
Yes, it's handout. So the investment report on the first page shows the cash balances in each account. There's one minor adjustment that I have to make in this report. We did close out the two police accounts at Prosperity Bank and have moved them now to Fayette Savings, but it reflects the correct balance. Total cash position of $455. That's relatively close to what it was last month. On the second page, you can see the balances in each fund that we have. On the check reconciliation, I have marked out, items off to the side. If you have any questions, on any of the items there, we can fill you in on that. Classes, some certifications that some of the employees did in pool maintenance. Very mindful of your vehicle repairs for the month. It was just, we only had one vehicle in service, getting the battery in a starter. And on the last page is the hotel motel financial report for the year.
Are we up to date on the hotel motels payments?
Nell's job. He'd always ask me,
That's right.
are they up to date? I said, yes, Mr. Wilson.
Well, I was just wanting to make sure.
I know, it's just,
Sometimes
yeah.
they lag a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes they will get behind. Very good. Okay, Danny?
Good evening. My report is in your packets already. A couple things. David mentioned during the budget workshop that we're interviewing somebody tomorrow for Public Works. We have another guy who's just going through background, and as soon as he's done, we're completed with, getting all those test results and stuff back, he should be starting here in the next week or so. And then hopefully the interview goes well tomorrow, and we'll have both of our spots in Public Works filled. We potentially have a third spot for building maintenance, but we haven't started advertising for that again. We need to sit down with Michael and figure out what that job is really gonna look like, and have a good job description, and figure out what we can afford to pay, and things like that. But if anybody has any questions.
Danny, how's the updating on the employee manual going?
Oh, it's,
It's on my desk. That's on me, the delay. She's got her revisions to me.
And you've been
I haven't had
busy.
time to look at them. I apologize.
Not a problem.
I'll try to get them done in the next.
he apologized on the way in.
It's not a problem.
You see a couple times throughout here, replacing a fax number to a Zoom number. We're trying to get rid of the, what they call POTS lines, the old telephone lines. They're fairly expensive for us to maintain, and this is a lot cheaper. I think we only have less than a handful of the old, the copper lines still from Frontier. So we'll phase those out as we go.
More dependable?
Yeah, I would say yes, because every time we drained the old POTS lines,
The library or
the
the
library,
police
things static on
department.
the lines, and
Right.
they didn't work. And I guess the laws were passed where they don't have to maintain those anymore, so we're kind of forced to transition this way anyways. You good with Danny? All right.
Thank you, Danny.
Michael was out ill, so he is not able to be here tonight. Chief, for your report?
All right, I believe y'all have a handout in front of you that I passed out right before the meeting started. During the month of May, we had 463 calls for service. Reports generated were 29, one arrest out of that. 87 traffic stops, were 44 written warnings, and 39 citations issued in the month of May. So that's picked up considerably, 48.38% from last month, actually. I'll give you an update on personnel. We currently have 7 sworn officers that are working for our agency now. We have 2 positions still currently open. We have 1 that we're doing a background on now. Pretty promising that we may be able to hire this guy. Comes highly recommended. So we're hoping to get him maybe started by the end of the month, and then we'll only have 1 vacancy after that. We'll have a total of 8 officers if we get him picked up, and then we'll have 1 vacancy. So we'd love to get that last one filled and have 9 total officers, including Sergeant Powers as well. It's included in that number. So anyway, that's all I really have for you right now.
Congratulations to the sergeant.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No, sir, good
Thank
job.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Misty?
Good evening. All right, so for our monthly visits, we had 699 for May, which we did better than last year. For our Libby Overdrive, that's the audiobooks and ebooks online. For audiobooks, we had 29 visits, and then for ebooks, we had 33. So doing good there. Next is the calendar for June. So we have lots of programs going on. We are staying busy at the library for sure this summer. Most of our programs are on Monday around 10.
We had about, for Zippy the Silly, we had 62 people show up. And then for our Science Heroes, we had 63. So big crowds in the library at that time. This next Monday, if it doesn't rain, we're hopefully going to be at the city gazebo. We're going to be doing a Dynamite Adventure Day. We're going to have story time there, crafts, games, all different kinds of things out there to have the kids play out at 11 o'clock. We're also going to be helped out with the police department, parent as teachers, Friends of the Library are going to be out there helping with this program. Tomorrow, we have a author presentation. Mindy Obenhaus, forgive me if I got the last name wrong. She is a Christian romance writer. She'll be there at 10 a.m. giving her presentation over her latest book. We still have plenty of seats left open, so hopefully just show up tomorrow and we'll have a place for you to come and listen and meet Mindy and everything. Then on the 22nd, we have Magic in the Library. That is with Bronson Chadwick. He'll be there at 10 a.m. And then on the 29th, we'll have BK Bones, and she'll be there at 10 also. We also have a new game. Whenever so many people saw this flyer come out, they thought it was just magic cards, like they want to learn magic tricks. But this one is called Magic Gathering 101, and basically we have our chess guy is in charge of it, and he teaches these kids with reading numbers and everything with these certain cards that it's been here for a long time, and you can buy them like the packages and stuff at Walmart. It's kind of similar to like the card game like Pokemon, but it's a little bit different because you add your reading and you add your numbers and stuff with lives and how you use the different powers of fire, water, and different things like that. So it's a pretty neat game. So it's something that we try to bring out this year. Besides, yeah, I know that they do like Dungeon and Dragons, so this is kind of like something with that. Any big other things there? Oh yes, Garden Club is on the 26th, is doing a dinosaur terrarium. They're going to try to do that outside, where they're going to build a little terrarium with dinosaurs in it, and then light it up like a night light so you can see it at night. We still have a lot of openings up for that one, so just call us and we'll put you on the list. And for our summer reading program, so far we've been really good with it this year. A lot more kids than we had last year. This year we've had 106 kids sign up, and then we had 36 adults even sign up. So really good turnout for our summer reading program. Keep up the great work. Keep a reading. All right, so in the library we have the 17,915 holdings and materials in our library, so which is good and holding in our library since it's so small. We still have a lot of materials. And so far we're at 1,835 of patrons that have a library card. And out on loan right now, we have 533 materials out being used. So a lot bigger number than usual on our months come through. So good job. And I think that's it for the library.
Anything you do with the swimming pool?
Oh, you wanted me to mention that? All right, so this year I decided to try out some things since I've been doing it for a long time, and I decided to do an aqua aerobics class over there at the swimming pool this year. We're going to try it out. It's on Tuesdays at 10. I just got recertified and got everything, qualifications for it and stuff. So far we have at least 10 to 12 people signed up for it. So slowly everybody's asking about it and coming. So yeah, really good turnout. So if you're interested, you can give me a call at the library, or you can call the swimming pool to put your name down and try it out. It's really fun. Really good for your joints and everything. So. Oh, and I also want to say thank you. So we finally got our library signs up. If you haven't noticed the new signs over here with museum and library, and then one over there, got them up. So you can tell people where we are. But that's it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Jim?
Good evening. So May, I had 27 code enforcement calls, 7 animal calls. Right now, currently, I'm working on 4 substandard building code violations. The first first two are actually 509 South St. Andrews, 511 South St. Andrews. It's actually the same property. It's two different houses, but it's the same property. They're owned by Shalimar USA Management Group. It's been quite a project. Right now, I met with the owner here. He boarded up the houses for security purposes, and so right now we're stopping the process right now. We're just gonna, they're for sale. He's had two contracts on the property, they both fell through. But right now they're boarded up. They look a lot better, I guess.
Yeah, they
Maybe.
do.
A little better.
Yeah.
Little bit,
Yeah.
right.
If they were to the ground, it would be better.
Yeah.
He told me when I was meeting with him, I have no idea, I haven't looked to see what the cost of this place is, I have no idea, but he told me basically he's just selling the land. The buildings are pretty much worthless,
Yeah.
so,
They are.
and he knows that, but anyway. The third one is 100 East Cabot. It's a double wide as you're coming in from the north. The work is in progress. It looks like they're starting to paint, possibly. What needs to happen, and I've been speaking to the ownership of that property is way convoluted. I had to go way down in a rabbit hole to figure that out. Anyway, the skirting of that double wide needs to be fixed. I told him he prioritized the total opposite of what I told him he needed to do, which at least something's getting done right now. Let's see. The fourth one is 207 North Eagle, the house that burned down. I'm starting that process. That's also been a struggle because I can't figure out who. I think I have the owner figured out, but I talked to the young man that you've probably all seen that hangs out there. He's a family member. He lived in that house. He keeps telling me it's his brother. I try to contact his brother. I can't get a hold of him. So right now I'm in the process. I need to figure out where the insurance status of that is and how we're going to proceed. So, and then I'm also in discussions with, his name's Francis Price. He's the owner of the hospital. We've had some pretty lengthy discussions about what the future of that building is. His plan and his dream is medical clinics, at least 4 of them within that building. He also has a pretty grandiose plan of a hydrogen station on the acreage around that. I really haven't looked into that. I don't know what that entails. But I told him that first and foremost, as far as safety aspect, law enforcement wise, we need to secure the building. We've had a few calls there that the building's open, people have been in it. So right now he lives in California, so he's not here. He says he has a guy. So hopefully the building gets secured and the grounds get cleaned up. That's where I'm at with that. And then lastly, last month, I proposed speed limit signs throughout town. City Manager David asked me for my proposal. I gave him, it's a rough estimate of 70 signs, 70 posts, the hardware that go with that. It was around between $35,000 and $4,000 just for that. Discussions between the mayor, city manager, the chief, myself, are ongoing. In my mind, the reason I propose it is basically safety and concern for the citizens. It's been brought up that other towns don't post the entire town like I'm proposing. Okay. I'll leave that up to you folks, however you want to proceed with that. At minimum, with the chief and I have discussed, at minimum, we need to sign the high traffic streets where we've had the highest complaints. You know, and then put out a social media, post of the speed limit. The speed limit in the state of Texas in municipalities is 30 miles an hour, but I doubt everybody knows that. That's kind of my reasoning for posting because nobody knows, not nobody, I shouldn't say that, but not everybody knows 30 miles an hour is the speed limit.
I thought it was 130,
It appears that way
in light
sometimes.
of some of these runs down these roads. It's pretty ridiculous.
Right. You know, in my mind, the whole reason I proposed it, based on complaints that we received, my observations, speaking to people around town, that's my proposal is, I still propose we do all, and I'm not talking about every block. You do the ends. You know, you come off of Eagle, in that half block, there's a sign. You come off of College, or however you want to look at it, on the north-south or the east-west, do the same on the north-south. I'm not talking about every block there's going to be a sign. So that's my proposal. Like I said, you guys can discuss this and see where you want to proceed. With that, I think I'm done. Any questions?
Very good.
The, one house, Danny, I might need your help. Dr. Kramer's old house, I think it's a blue house.
Yeah, it's on South Exchange and,
West St. Charles,
there you go.
That
What
house-
is it?
West St. Charles and South Exchange, about the 400 block.
Yeah,
Is it, what did you say it's blue?
It was,
I believe it's for sale.
it's for sale, but the windows are busted out and everything.
Yes.
It probably needs to be boarded up at the least.
Okay.
is it grass mowed?
Maybe that too.
Okay, there's a lot of grass lots.
Yeah, grass and.
I have my yardstick, I kind of check the grass. I'm helping you out, but
Okay.
there are a bunch of lots that are
Oh,
tall grass.
yeah.
It's bad right now,
And,
yeah.
you know, some of these 27 code calls I had were just that.
Yeah,
And they actually got taken care of.
They did.
And I drive right, like I have one over here by MG. He did it. I called him. I didn't do a case, I just called him because he's a sheriff's deputy. So I called him, I said, hey, can you mow that? He was there the next day. It needs it again. It's already over 20 inches tall. I mean, he said to me, he goes, I spray it and it doesn't work. So, I mean, with the amount of rain and then the heat,
Yeah.
I mean, things just kind of got out of hand really fast, so. Well,
I agree. It's hard to mow in between these showers.
the other thing I'm finding, just to bring it up, I'll contact some of these folks, and some of them, they don't have the means to mow their grass. Either they're physically incapable, financially incapable, so it's a struggle for them. And some of them, it's a budget thing, you know, when I get the money, I have somebody do it. I'm trying to think of things that I can help them with that. You know, I got a couple guys around town that I use, you know, when things get way out of hand, I'll use them. And I've offered, and both these guys are saying, yeah, if people need them, call me. It's just they gotta be paid. So, anyway.
Judge?
Yes, that is a perfect project, because I have people looking for community service, and we don't have a lot to offer. And if we'd have to look at the legalities of it, but mowing would be great.
It's a good idea.
Some of them are very interested in it, but I said, to my knowledge, we would have a program that allowed them to do that, except at Rockport.
Right. That's a good idea. Yeah,
We have we can get you people.
okay.
Jim, you and the judge can get together on that?
The issue with that would only be the equipment
To do it.
to take care of, because some of these, like you've seen, it's gonna take some equipment to get it, even if it's just a small lot. I mean, it's bad.
We'd also have to check on the liability of the city.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No
So-
weed eaters. Just get them
Weed
a
eaters.
machete.
No, we,
That's even worse.
A sickle. Let's give them a
The
sickle.
old school yo-yo.
Yeah.
Pair of scissors.
but that's also in the same case of like the tree limbs too, because I mean, the neighbor of mine and I, we were talking about the same thing, how there's nobody, like the elderly, they can't cut their tree limbs and stuff like that, and they don't have anyone. And she came from Katy, and she just used to say like the Lions Club helped, or, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
they had a younger group and they volunteered or stuff. We don't have that in here in Weimar, you know,
I
to do yard work and stuff.
What,
You know what I mean?
Miss Morris, that you called me about, you were gonna go mow her grass?
Oh, that lady, yeah.
Cause she's one of those, she doesn't
Yeah.
She's a
have,
friend of mine, yeah, she was a friend of mine.
she doesn't have physically, she can't
Physically,
do
yeah,
it. So,
exactly.
Well,
But
way
I
too
can-
often, it's a combo of both physical
Yeah.
and financial, they
Financial,
go
yes.
hand in hand.
Right.
Exactly.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything else? All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Jen.
you.
Do a good job out there. Mayor, that's it for the city manager and staff reports.
Okay, we'll move on to presentations. 7.1, Senior Connections, Schulenburg, Weimer, and Platonia, a gathering place for active seniors presentations by Amanda Cronell, Executive Director. Amanda?
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, we can share. We can share. We can share.
Do you need one?
Thank you guys for letting me present this evening. As you said, I'm Amanda Cradell. I'm the Executive Director for Senior Connections. As some of you may know or may not, Senior Connections has been around since 2014. About 3 years ago, we expanded into Weimer. I took over as the Executive Director, and I kept seeing all these transportation issues and our members were having their driver's license kind of taken away and encouraged by their families not to be driving, and we're missing out on the opportunity to participate in programming in Schulenburg. So approached the board and was like, hey, it's time to bring programming closer to home. Like, we've got a business model that's easily replicatable. Let's move into some of these neighboring towns. And so that's what we did. We came into Weimer. The program's hosted at the Methodist Church here. Right now, we're hosting it every other Tuesday on the first and third. The second and fourth, we're in Flatonia. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're in Schulenburg. So between the three sites, seniors in the area have the opportunity to participate in some sort of, socialization. We play dominoes, cards in the morning. The interesting thing about Weimer, and each of the sites are very different, and I think it's generational. They are knocking down the door at 8:30. They want to get their table so they can play dominoes with their people. And I grew up playing cards and dominoes with my grandparents. I think the German and Czech piece of it is so strong in Weimer that it's for sure a thing. I'm really proud of the lunch that we serve. We don't do it the easy way. We have different foundations that donate beef and different things, and we cook the meals ourselves. I come from a restaurant family, so food is really important to me, and nutrition is very important as we age, and food costs keep going up, and it's harder for people to make good choices at the grocery store. So the food that we're providing is of high quality. And then after lunch, a couple weeks, you'll be joining us as one of our Lunch and Learn speakers, and then share information about things going on with the city, and other community partners do the same. And then we do bingo to wrap up the day. They love it. It gets rowdy. So it's a good day. It's an opportunity for them. Many of our members are living alone. It's a great opportunity for them to get out of their house, be active. On Fridays, we host an art program in Schulenburg that is incredibly well attended, and it's a different group of people that typically attend that. So Weimer residents represent, so since 2022, our membership's grown from 45 to over 450. In 22, we served around 1,500 meals. Last year, it was closer to 7,500. This year, we're on track to serve close to 9,000. We're looking at opening up another site in LaGrange because of the same thing. They've invited us to come over. They see the need there too. Obviously, the food is the biggest expense, but because of the community partners that also believe in what we're doing, we're able to really offset it. So of those 450 members, Weimer residents represent about 35 to 38% of our membership. And they don't just participate here in Weimer. The more mobile people are going to all three sites. We got a group of guys. I see them every day. One lives in LaGrange, one's in Flatonia, one's in Weimer, and they move around, they hang out. It's just a good opportunity for them to have built friendships outside of their homes. So, anyways, We're here to request 10,000 to support this program here in Weimer. We did have a foundation that was supporting us, and it seems like perhaps that support is going to be going away in the near future. So this request is even, I didn't know that when I initially reached out, so this request is even more important. You know, without that support, it's, like I said, the food piece of what we're doing, even with the donations, is still very expensive. So, you know, our program is at no cost. No membership, no fee for the food. It's my job to find the money. I'm not charging my grandparents for lunch. So, anyways, we would appreciate any level of support. And I do appreciate your time and consideration.
Excuse me, but you forgot one important thing.
What did I forget, Kabursky?
We had a couple get married.
Oh,
They had
yes.
senior connections.
Yes, we did.
Oh.
We just had our first
One of
little,
us from Wyman.
yes, Deb's from
And
Weimer.
they fell in love at senior connection.
Yep, in the last couple
Well,
of
there
weeks.
you go.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought that was kind of sweet.
So
And
there's
it-
hope for some of us.
Yeah.
Linda, I'm not showing up if that happens.
Come on, Becky.
I'm not showing up.
Oh, if you met this guy, you would show
Oh,
up.
okay. Well, he's taken already, so I guess.
I know, I tell my husband, if I go
Late.
first, be a Frank, because this guy, he is gold.
Oh,
He's
that's sweet.
But, yeah, it's a good program. I really believe in it. It's grown. The numbers themselves prove that the community wants it and needs it.
That socialization piece is so important.
Equally as important. You know, the food's kind of the hook, especially for the men. But, you know, the socialization, building those friendships, interacting, it's really important. You know, not everybody has a giant family like my grandparents did, where, you know, my nan would leave the trunk to her car open because she knew somebody was about to come by to take in her groceries. Like, not everybody has that. So it's important to have that secondary line of defense for people.
Very good.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Thank
Amanda.
you.
Thank you.
With that, we'll move on to the consent agenda. All consent items are considered routine and will be acted upon by a single vote. Any council member may request that any item be removed from the consent agenda for individual consideration. We've got 8.1, 2, and 3. One is approval of the regular council meeting minutes from May 12th, approval of special council meeting minutes from June 3rd, and then the approval of city donation to the Senior Connections that Amanda just presented on, and that was an amount of $10,000, correct, Amanda?
Yes.
Okay, so that is an action item when the council sees fit to act.
Also move.
Second?
Motion Christian, second Roberts. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. We'll move to new business. We're going to look at 9.1 and 9.2 together, and David will explain that. 9.1, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding leak repair on the water plant 3 200,000-gallon ground storage tank. And then 9.2, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding approval of a contract for services between the City of Weimer and McGuire Iron Incorporated for repairs and improvements for the city's water supply tank. And David will explain what we're doing there.
Yeah, so, Mayor, Council, a while back, TCEQ came through and did inspections throughout the city. This was one of the items that they found is that storage tank has rivets, or it's bolted, actually, bolted seams, and there's some leakage on that. So this is to repair those leaks and get us back in compliance with TCEQ. It's two bids from two different companies. Michael reached out to several. We got back two. The first, I'm just going to read both the bids, and then we just need to make one action on both items. So the first bid was from it's on page 22. STW Consultants. Their bid was $23,395. So I guess there's three bids here. The next one is on page 24, water tank inspections at $59,650. And then we go to page 27. And their bid was for 38,000, not to exceed 50,000. I talked.
Who's that last bit from?
McGuire.
McGuire, Maguire. And I talked to Michael this morning, and his recommendation is if we go with STW Consultants for $23,395.
So I see on the water tank inspection, they're adding the ladder and the vent and all of that stuff. Does all that need to be done?
Yes, I think there was some concern about some of the rungs on the ladder.
Yeah. So in my opinion, yeah, you're spending more money, but at least all those issues are being addressed. Is that in the budget?
Are you talking about,
With that Michael being here, this is what he,
Yeah.
so I
But
don't.
just because out of the 59,000, you're getting a whole
Mhm.
lot more out of it, in my opinion, than just the cleaning and the sealing on it. You know, if it's something that needs to be addressed, I think it's spend the money now and get
So,
it done right.
yeah. I see on the other, water tank inspections does mention that.
but you said Michael wanted to go with STW, the first one?
That's what he told me.
Because I see some warranty on water tank inspection.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So,
Yeah.
I guess why don't you want to just postpone an action on this until Michael can be here at the next council meeting?
I think that'd be a
I
good
think it would
idea.
be safest thing.
Yes.
We're talking about a lot of money. so-
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a huge difference.
Yes.
it is, so.
Yeah.
But when you see warranty, that's
Yeah,
always a
and
good.
with that, and some pieces might not be addressed, and,
Yes.
Correct.
and,
In the
wanna
meantime, we
make
should
sure-
ask STW if they do offer a warranty.
Right.
and if they want to, yeah, that,
Yeah.
and if, yeah,
Make sure that we're comparing apples to apples.
Yeah.
Correct.
no, I agree,
Yes.
I agree.
That's,
Okay, no, that's be fine with me.
We'll take no action on 9.1 and 9.2. We'll bring that up next month. okay?
Correct, yes, we'll put it on next month,
Or our
Maria?
next meeting.
Down our next meeting.
and it can wait that long, correct?
Sure, we have to, we can't make a rush decision, so.
Okay.
If need be, we can call a special meeting.
Okay.
If it's something, TCQ gives us a, you
Gotta
know,
do something
a
faster.
deadline, drop down deadline, we'll
Correct.
have to do it, so, but yeah, we'll
Let's make
address
sure
that.
we're clear on that timeline.
Exactly.
If we
We'll-
need to
I'll-
get it done, let's get it done.
Yeah, we'll double check that, and then we'll ask Michael a few more questions. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you.
We'll move on to 9.3, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding acceptance of the Trendview subdivision public infrastructure improvements and authorizing the city to assume ownership, operation, and maintenance of the dictated public infrastructure. David?
Mayor, Council, Jose, excuse me, Jose is here. Guess you want to speak on your behalf for Trendview?
Yeah, good evening. My name is Jose Magana. I'm one of the owners from Trendview Homes / Trendview Enterprises, developer, home builder. It's been a long road, but I think we're at the tail end of it. See the light at the end of the tunnel. The process over the last 2 months is trying to get all the punch items done. We've completed them, so we're at the state that I'm here to hopefully be considered to accept the community. I gave David the acceptance letter. I also gave him a warranty letter. Trendview will maintain a warranty for 1 year for our development. We're getting ready to start some houses out there, so as soon as this passes, we're going to put some rooftops up there. So,
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
And I apologize, I should maybe call first. So the engineers who signed off on it said that we should be getting a performance bond.
correct.
Do we have one?
So the difference between a performance bond and a maintenance bond, typically a performance bond is usually granted in the beginning before the work is done.
It's true.
Strand came up and said, hey, we need a performance bond. So I've been trying for 2 months trying to get a performance bond. So this afternoon, basically, I talked to one of the carriers, and they redirected me to a maintenance bond, which typically when you get a performance bond, you get a maintenance bond at the tail end of it grouped together. But since the community's already done and all the infrastructure's already done, that's why I've been hitting roadblocks. But now that we got that clear, that's what we're working towards. And I had a conversation with David this week. I'm not scared about a bond. I told him, look, if these people don't want to write it because it's a small bond, I'll put up to $82,000, $86,000 in an escrow account for a year. That's not, I mean, that doesn't scare me. At the end of the day, our hands are tied with these underwriters, and right now, these insurance companies are just give me, and they don't want to give. So,
No, I get it. Insurance companies are tough. I just,
yeah.
I feel like we should either get the cash deposit or the bond.
Correct.
Because once we accept the plat, we're done. We can't come after you anymore.
Correct.
Except for the warranty and the
Correct.
bond. And so,
Correct. And that was,
I don't think I can recommend approving this if we have neither today as we sit here. I appreciate he says you're gonna have it, but that's not the same as having it. Because if we approve it, it's done.
So
Yeah.
can council, if it's their wish, can they approve this contingent on, Jose? I think you needed a few more days on the bond. If not, we're gonna talk to a local bank here and get the escrow account.
correct, and if that's the case, so this is where my situation is. So I had 2 contracts on this community. One of them is already gone. My next one, his contingency's up on the 15th. And so this whole process, I've been nothing but accommodating to any request that the city councils or cities requested. Strand, I've dealt with 3 city managers. We went above and beyond what we had to do thus far, that I'm to the point now where it's really cost me a lot more than what it should have. And we've done this thing right from the beginning. And so for me, if I have to write a check tomorrow, I can't lose a closing.
Well, I understand, but I mean, the letter I'm looking at that says we're supposed to get a bond is a month old, sir. And
Correct,
so-
correct. And
So, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but don't blame us that you're sitting here today without a bond that you've had a month to get.
correct, and I've been in conversations with David during that time, updating him.
Correct. And
I've-
we've been
I've
reaching
gone
out,
through-
I've reached out to several local people and tried,
Correct.
yeah, so.
Correct.
So, would you go with the escrow account at,
Don't
let's say
mind.
Fayette Savings Bank? I know that you
Don't
have
mind.
relationships with them.
I'll get them to transfer,
We'll go meet with them tomorrow.
I'll get them to set it up and transfer the money in. So that's not a big deal.
So the motion tonight would be approval based on, contingent on that bond being provided, Bo?
Contingent on either being presented with an acceptable warranty bond or a deposit into an escrow with an escrow agreement for a 1-year term for the $82,000 to be deposited by the developer. And I do kind of want to be a stickler on it, because once we accept these infrastructure,
Exactly.
they're ours to maintain. And if it turns out
Whether we like it
something
or not.
wasn't done right, we're not going to have any recourse.
Right. Understood.
Okay,
Can I make a comment on that?
yes.
So I think the way it should be worded is it's either the developer puts up the escrow, or, because I might get a bond next week.
Right,
And I
that's
think
what I
that
said,
it-
it's
yeah,
or, it's
okay,
either or,
yeah,
right, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not, the plat's not approved until David signs off that one or the other has
Correct.
occurred.
You comfortable with that, Bo?
I am, yes.
Any questions for Jose while he's here? I think we had a few items that needed to be addressed. We've addressed all, Trendview addressed all the items. I drive by there frequently, checking for leaks, any type of issues, everything seems to be fine. There was some issue about drainage along the north side. We had a heavy rain while it was just dirt there. That eroded, they came back, we talked about it. They came back, they filled it in. They have, just the last few days, they put, do you want to explain what that is called, what you put there?
What it is Curlex. If you drive down, I-10, and you see the bridge is being built, and you see the green, almost like a mesh type deal on the side, that's just there to stabilize the ground until the vegetation grows, and that's what we installed. So we also seeded and treated the soil before we put the Curlex up there.
So the 1-year warranty revolves the entire, from
Development.
ground up, basically,
Correct.
correct? Anything going on?
Correct.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure everything's
No,
good.
I don't think so.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, all right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Council, it is an action item if you want to go forward.
Well, I feel safer not making the motion, just for DNR work at FSC, just to be on the
Oh.
safe side. I'd rather not make the motion.
Okay.
I understand that.
So I apologize unless I
Not
will.
a problem.
I'll go ahead and make the motion, and y'all just let me know if I have to input something, but I'm going by what's in my book, okay? I'll move that the city council accept the public infrastructure improvements for the Trendview subdivision and authorize the city to assume ownership, operation, maintenance, and dedicated public infrastructure, subject to all applicable requirements, warranties, and acceptance documents, with the contingent that we have a,
Receipt from the developer, either of us, warranty bond satisfactory to the city manager, or an escrow
Escrow.
agreement, including the deposit of $82,000 by the developer.
that's what I wanted to say, yes, thank you.
Well, it was right there on your tab. So we have a motion from Roberts,
I'll second it. Go ahead.
second Langhoff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Okay?
Thank y'all for coming, appreciate
Thank
it.
you. So we'll move on to 9.4, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding appointment of individuals to serve on various City of Weimar, Texas boards, committees, and commissions. And it's this document here, and it's color-coded. We are making appointments, reappointments, or also filling unexpired terms. So if you look at the key, the black are current terms. They will go through 27. The red's appointed and reappointed. So most of those fall into the 27 category, or 28 category. And then the purple is completing unexpired terms. So I'll read those names. Bo Dawson, City Attorney, 2028. Olga Duchisella, 2028. City Health, Mayor Pro Tem Becky Roberts, 2028. Municipal Judge Linda Kuberski, 2028. And then you've got for Planning and Zoning, Gary Chernock, 27. Travis True, 27. Carol Bittner, 27. Mark Downer-Miller is fulfilling an unexpired term, 2027. Jewel Carruthers, 2028. Higher Education Facilities, David Kosian, 27. Michelle Koth, 2027. Shelley Munch, 2027. Linda Kuberski, 2028. Charlie Rowe, 2028. Christy Unesca, 2028. Pierre Antoine, 2028. Economic Development Corporations, Carlton Tucker, 2027. Amy Brandt, 27. Peter Holland, 27. Clay Bittner, filling an unexpired term, 2027. We have a Hatfield, 28. Sanders, James Sanders, 28. And David Mason, 28. Cultural Education Facilities Finance, Shannon Holland, 2027, Preston Langoff, 2028, and that's appointment, reappointment, as we've noted. Tresman McMillan, 2028, Library Board, Beth Dunn, 2027, and then reappointed or appointed terms, again in that red as we've noted. Misty Strode, 28, David Mason, 28, Linda Westergan, 28, and Linda Heller, 28. So these are all of our folks filling in those volunteer positions and/or positions in the city, and some of those will be sworn in a few minutes on separate motions. But these are our appointments for the rest of 27 and through 28 as far as committees, boards, and service units. So that would be an action item.
I move that the city council appoint the following individuals to serve on the City of Weimar boards, committees, and commissions as presented, with terms to begin and expire in accordance with the applicable ordinances, resolutions, and governing policies.
Motion Roberts,
Second.
Or second, go ahead, Christian.
second Christian. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. And thanks to Maria for helping me put this together. Thank you, Maria. All right, so we're going to read the 9.5 and then 9.6, and then get motions on those, and then as long as everything is approved, we'll do our swearing-ins following that, okay? So 9.5, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding resolution number 2026-0611-01, reappointing Linda Kuberski as a presiding municipal judge for the city of Weimar, Texas. So that would be a motion item as the council so pleases.
I move that the city council adopt resolution number 2026-0611-01, reappointing Linda Kuberski as presiding municipal judge for the city of Weimar, Texas, and authorize the mayor to execute the resolution.
Motion Langoff,
I second.
second Behrens. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Look at 9.6, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding resolution number 2026-6011-02, reappointing Carl Dawson as city attorney for the city of Weimar, Texas. That would also be an action item.
I'd like to be known as Bobo.
And there are any number of people that refer to you as Bobo already.
I move that the city council adopt resolution number 2026-0611-02, reappointing Carl Bobo Dawson as city attorney of the city of Weimar, Texas, and authorize the mayor to execute the resolution.
A motion, Roberts,
I'll second it.
second Behrens. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. With that, we will swear these folks in.
All right, Linda, you're up front. Judge. Maybe you'll get a Facebook poster made about you now, too.
She's usually on the other side. She's usually doing the swearing in herself. Okay, Judge. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I
Linda Kuberski,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of municipal judge of the city of Weimar,
of municipal judge, city of Weimar,
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United
the
States
Constitution and the laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I
Carl Dawson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office,
the duties of the office,
City Attorney of the City of Weimar,
City Attorney of the City of Weimar,
the state of Texas,
State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United
and
States
of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God. Yeah. Well, there was like one time I didn't sign it for like 3 years.
So funny. I'll get that oath from him.
Congratulations. All right. Okay, so now we're on to 9.7, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding proposals for annual financial auditing services for fiscal years 26, 27, and 28. David?
Mayor, council, if I could bring your attention to pages 36 through 52. We got one response back for request for proposal for the financial auditor, and that was Greg Trulashek. He's the financial auditor who's been doing it for several years for us. His fees are on page 51. They've gone up just slightly. They went up 3 years ago and again slightly this time. He's been doing a good job for us for the last several years, so I recommend that we go with Greg at this time.
Okay, council?
I move that the city council accept the proposal submitted by Trilisek and Company P&C to provide the annual financial auditing services for fiscal years 2026, 2026, 2027, and 2028, and authorize the city manager to execute the engagement letter, contract, and any related documents necessary to complete the services.
Okay, that's motion Roberts,
Second.
second Christian. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. 9.8, discussion and consideration of possible action regarding the personnel manual. I believe we're going to move that to next month, David.
Correct, yes. And that way, Mr. Dawson will have a chance to review it, and then we can get it out to you. It's kind of a lengthy document, so we can get it out to you prior to the council meeting, and you can review it and bring any comments back to the council meeting.
There you go.
David, I will have the stuff to you next week.
That's okay, yeah.
I had a trial that just settled, so next week's actually opened up for me.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, Bo. Okay, 9.9, discussion, consideration, and possible action on ordinance number 2026-06-11-01, amending section 1.02.003 of the City of Weimar Code of Ordinances to change the regular monthly city council meeting time from 4 p.m. to 5:30, which is what we've been doing. And we acted on it a while back, but it never got changed in our ordinances. So that's what this item is about. So, council, it is open for your action.
I move that the city council adopt ordinance number 2026-06-11-01, amending section 1.02.003 of the City of Weimar Code of Ordinances to change the regular monthly city council meeting time from 4 p.m. to 5:30 as authorized the mayor to execute this ordinance.
Motion by Christian,
I second.
second by Behrens. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. 9.10, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding rescheduling the November 12, 2026 regular city council meeting due to conflict with the Texas Municipal League annual conference schedule for November 11th through the 13th of 2026. And I think David had was looking at maybe November the 19th. Is that what you were looking at,
It was
David?
the following, a week later.
A week
The
later.
19th, correct.
And of course, he's also interested if there are any new council members, that would like to attend that then we generally would let Maria know that, and she would start making those arrangements. But at this point, the motion is to move the meeting to the 19th, our regular meeting.
Okay, I move that the city council reschedules the November 12th, 2026 regular city council meeting due to the conflict of the Texas Municipal League annual conference and set it to the meeting of November 19th of 2026 at 5:30.
Good, motion
Second.
Behrens, second Roberts. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. We'll move on to 9.11, discussions, consideration, and possible action regarding a city assisting the fire department with the purchase of a Fouts Brothers 3,000-gallon tanker, SO number 73828, equipped with a Hale 1,000, I guess, GPM pump. What is that?
Gallon per minute.
Gallons per minute. I should know that. Mounted on a Kenworth T480 single cab chassis, including associated equipment. David?
Mayor, Council, Butter couldn't be with us tonight, but we do have a representative from the fire department here. Want to come up and speak? So I guess we had a donation from the Methodist Foundation, and we are in, the fire department's in need of 2 vehicles, 2 fire trucks. That one of them will be fully covered, and this is the second one, correct?
Correct.
So I'll let you take it from here.
As many of you know or may not have heard, the Methodist Foundation just wrote us a check for $1 million. It's ear tagged for the main truck that we need is a new engine, which it comes at a cost of $779, $672. But we also need a new tanker. The new tanker was quoted at $474, $992, or $922, sorry. So since we need both trucks no matter what. They said if we get both trucks right away, at the same time, they're gonna knock off $20,000 off the tanker. So that's where that $474, $922 comes from. That still leaves us, we need another $234,594 to pay for the tanker. The Methodist came to us last year at some point in time and asked us what our 3 biggest needs were. We told them we need the pumper, the tanker, and we need a new station. We've outgrown our station a long time ago. It was built in 1968, meant for 3 trucks. Now we've got 9 vehicles, and we got to get trucks special built just to fit into the station over here now. But anyways, that's neither here nor there right now. Keep that in the back of your mind, though. Anyways, so our engine that we're replacing is a 2000, if I remember correctly, and it's in a lot of needs of repairs. We went out to a lot of different companies trying to get them to get us quotes to repair it, and we couldn't even get a quote back to repair it. None of them want to deal with that. They just want to sell you a new truck right away. That's the nature of the beast right now. And our tanker, we're currently right now, it actually needs to go to Brookshire for some work where it's leaking, where it's the plumbing has pinholes in it already, and it leaks out into the station. We get to the scene and we don't have the amount of water we need. So we reached out, we got with Fouts and got some quotes on everything. We decided we want to get everything now right away. 1, because we've got most of the money that we need. 2, prices have skyrocketed. We got initial quote for the engine at last year at the end of 2025 it was $707,000. So it's went up $70,000 in 5 or 6 months. And we had a verbal quote on the tanker was $400,000, and now we're at $454,922. It's actually was more than that because they knocked off the $20,000. We've been very lucky with this engine getting paid for, and even our last engine. We had a very generous donation from Clifford Groman and his family that paid for the last one in 2017. So we've been very lucky, and when I say we, I mean us citizens of Weimar, that we haven't had to fork up the money for those 2 engines that y'all now know how much they cost. Because we know that normally, we know Columbus and Eagle Lake for sure, and I'm pretty sure Schulenburg too, the city normally pays for the engines, because that's the trucks that's really protecting the city. We normally don't need grass trucks in town, right? We need the big trucks. Anyways, that's why we're pretty much here. Need $234,594.
234,594.
234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234,594. 234 any questions.
Are you requesting a particular amount from the city?
It would be that 234,594. That would cover what we're lacking for the tanker.
I don't want you to ask for too little. I think it's Butter Road 254.
On page,
Yeah, page 251.
61.
I don't want you to.
I'll take that one instead. I mean, it's higher.
I don't want you
But,
to-
on mine, yeah, one way or another, we got it, it's,
I don't know if it's right. That's what someone wrote on there.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote
Or
that.
that would be.
yeah, we'll ask for that number. If we can figure it real quick.
254 or less. And would you be sure and state your name for the record?
Brian Hudetz, I'm the first assistant chief of fire department. Most people know me as Hootie. So, you say Brian, I'm probably not gonna turn and look at you. I'm not gonna be listening
Who?
for it. Yeah.
So you're requesting 254,000 and a few dollars.
Yeah, yes, sir.
the city would take these funds out of the equipment fund and then pay ourselves back over the next 5 years.
Well, I just know we need it.
It's a lot of, it is a lot of money, but it's.
But you're also having to fork up the 750,000 that was the donation. So really, it's kind of, we're getting the good end of the deal here.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're very grateful for that donation.
It's amazing, actually.
It is.
It's a
Very
blessing.
lucky.
It's a
That
blessing.
and Mr. Groman's donation, the family's donation, so yeah, we're very fortunate.
So there's not a problem with the equipment fund, with taking it?
And it's not unusual for us to do those kind of things.
No, that's typical. We buy radios, vehicles, and things like that, so yeah.
So council, the floor is open.
I move that the city council approve assisting the fire department with the purchase of a Phelps Bros 3,000 gallon tanker, SO number 73828, equipped with a Hale 1,000 gallon per minute pump mounted on a Kenworth T480 single cab chassis, including associated equipment, and authorize the city manager to execute all necessary purchase documents and agreements in accordance with the approved procurement process and budget.
Second.
Okay, motion Lingoff, Robert second. David, do we need to have that specific amount in there or no?
In the,
Oh, yeah, we
And the
probably need
motion.
to have the 250.
up to, I guess, you could say that.
Not to exceed $255,000.
There you go.
Mayor, I'm going to abstain from this vote.
Okay, so, and you're okay with the amendment?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay, so we've had a motion by Langoff and a second by Roberts. And all those in favor?
No.
Okay, aye.
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 Aye, so we have 3 ayes, and then I believe Councilman Christian believed it was best to abstain from that motion. So we're,
Yeah, I don't know if he has to, but
Be on the safe side.
yeah, if we have.
well, there's no
votes.
question if we do it that way, so we have 3 yeas, so that passes with an abstention. Very good.
Thank you, council.
welcome.
We
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
y'all. And thanks
Thank
for
you.
everything y'all do, we appreciate it.
We can do it better now with better truck.
There you go.
More louder.
Exactly.
Put out the fire faster.
Now I just need those hydrants fixed.
Stick that in there.
Contracted services.
Sorry.
Yeah, if the good Lord is willing, we might see some action tomorrow morning.
There's always hope. Okay, any further discussions on anything, David?
I think that's good, we're good with that.
Executive session, none. Executive, of course, we didn't have any executive session. Any future agenda items? Council members, anything you'd like to see?
Can we put back on the agenda, I guess, the water pipes? I guess I want to get an update on
Kind of where we are on all that?
all the calls we've received, making sure where we're at, making sure everything's going good.
Yeah, our looping and all those things that
Correct.
we've been doing, E3, all that business.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be great. Anybody have anything else that you'd like to have on the agenda for July? announcements. One, the TML, the 114th Annual Conference and Exhibition, it is in San Antonio, the 11th through the 13th, which is why we changed the regular meeting date for November of 2026. So anyone interested, you would contact Maria. And then I also wanted to make an announcement, it's been referenced earlier in the meeting, that sadly, our friend and Councilman Ronell Wilson has had to step down, and he, because of his health issues, he just does not feel like he can serve the city as he would like. And he has served the city for decades in all kinds of positions, school board, bus driver, here on the council. He is a wonderful person, served the city, and once again, he's putting the city above his own concerns, just like, I guess, last month he came up here when he should have been in bed, so that we would have a quorum. So that's just the kind of person he is, but that obviously leaves a council position vacant. Again, we would probably be looking to appoint that position. So because of the cost of elections and everything else, and it would be a single place election. So it'll probably be an appointment, so we're interested in taking names of anyone who's interested in serving in that position, and it would be for basically a year. And if they wanted to seek that position for a full term, then you'd have to run for office just as any other council member would. So if you guys know of anyone who would like to serve in that role, or if we have anyone in the audience who's interested in serving in that position, you can make me aware, any council member, the city manager, but we will be taking those names, and we would like to act on that so that we can move forward with filling that position. But once again, we want to thank Ronell Wilson for his service. It has been above and beyond, I would say, what most people would do. So we thank him for that. Any other comments? Becky?
All right, with that, I
Oh,
will
wait,
make a
one more
motion.
thing.
Oh, wait.
The Purple Heart City.
Oh, yes. Why don't you?
You want to do it?
Okay. Well, we were looking, and we were looking for something special to do, and we're going to have some flags, different things for the 250th birthday, obviously. It's coming up in July. And I suggested to David that one thing that we could do, which I think would be nice, is that we could proceed with becoming a Purple Heart municipality, which there are a number of steps that you have to go through, but you recognize your veterans overall, but certainly those that have received Purple Hearts. I know the Tavern does a lot of things for veterans, but we would be a Purple Heart municipality. We'd have signage, but that would be, I think, something that would be long-lasting, way beyond the 250th birthday. And I think it'd be a nice designation for Weimar as far as an act for our 250th birthday. So I'm proposing that as an initiative that we would start on, and we could certainly have some things done, not by the 4th, but we could probably have a called meeting in the latter part of July and have some things that we could act on. But that's just something that came to mind that we could do that would serve the city, would be a huge thank you to those who have gone above and beyond. There's so few people that serve in uniform of any distinction, military, our firemen, our policemen, and those who step forward. I don't think we could ever do enough to recognize their service. So that's a suggestion for our 250th birthday.
Right, thank you.
I don't know if you have a list of the Purple Hearts. I know Mike Hayowski was a friend of mine. I think he had 2 Purple Hearts in Vietnam. I know he had 1.
So,
Unfortunately, he's deceased, but.
Yeah.
yes. So with that, Becky,
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
there's never any argument with that.